Hello, welcome to Commander Coliseum. My name is Justin, or Jay. Today I'm joined with the wonderful Justin number 2.
Hello.
Today we are going through our third Marvel Secret Lair. Today is the one and only, the Iron Man Titan of Innovation.
Oh, snap.
Justin, over here at Synergy Sanctum, has put in this deck list together. Today we're going to go over what it is, some strategies to help you win the game,
How much it costs.
and how much it costs. So after buying the Secret Lair, this is less than $45, not including all the cards from the Secret Lair. So I would say the cards in this Secret Lair are not actually cards that you would have to buy. I don't like, other than maybe the Sculpting Steel is pretty good, but I don't think that's one of the expensive cards in the set anyways.
Yeah, Inventor's Fair is.
Inventor's Fair is, but I don't think that's a need to have anyways either. But if you did buy the Secret Lair, it came with Commander's Plate, Soul Ring, Inventor's Fair, Sculpting Steel, and Galvanic Blast, which we will be counting in our deck list. If you just bought Iron Man as a single, you can swap those cards out as you see fit.
So deck list today is going to mainly focus on artifact synergies. We're obviously going to try to discount artifacts to cast as many as we can, with Iron Man's ability of basically being a birthing pod and sacking them to go find another one. There is a lot of recursion built in as well to try to recur the artifacts that you might be sacking to Iron Man's ability.
Yeah, and he has ramp built in. He has flying and haste.
Yeah.
And he makes treasures, which is pretty
treasures,
good.
Yeah.
I didn't read his ability yet. Yeah, so he has flying, haste. He's a 4/4 for 3 blue, red. And he has Genius Industrialist. Whenever Iron Man attacks, create a treasure token. Then you may sacrifice a non-creature artifact. If you do, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact's mana value. Put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It's a lot of words, but it's actually pretty simple. You just sack a thing, you put something else in that's one bigger.
Yeah, and it's an attack trigger, so you don't have to deal with damage.
Yeah, you don't even have to deal with the damage.
We are not worried about damage.
Yep. So you just gotta attack. So the first strategy is going to be to discount our artifacts. If we can cast bigger artifacts for cheaper, we can sack them to get even bigger artifacts for free. So the first ones we have is Enthusiast Mechanist, Ethereum Sculptor, Foundry Inspector, and Joyrus Familiar, and they all make our artifacts cost 1 less. Joyrus Familiar is historic spells cost 1 less. But that includes artifacts. And we have a Planeswalker, Ugin the Ineffable, who makes our colorless spells cost 2 less to cast. Boom. So that makes him that pays for himself. Do we even care about his activated abilities?
No.
No.
I mean, it's just extra benefit at that point.
Yeah, they're there. I think the main thing is actually the removal. You can use them to remove permanents that are 1 or more colors, which is pretty good.
Totally. And it's not just enough to discount spells. What if I don't want to play spells from my hand?
That's a great question. What should we do then?
I don't know. We should look for other ways to abuse the artifacts.
Yeah, let's get some more stuff. So we have Muzzle's Visionary Architect. It's a 1 blue 1/3, and it has an activated ability of 3 and a blue, and it can tap to look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the highest mana value among artifacts you control. You may put an artifact card from among them onto the battlefield, put the rest onto the bottom of your library in any order.
That seems good.
Just great. Search and put it on.
Yeah.
And then you can sack it and get something bigger. And then the next one we have is a Master Transmuter for 3 and a blue. And it's a 1/2, and it has 1 blue mana. Tap, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. So it just swap out a Soul Ring, and you can throw in a big thing. That's a great value card. Next one is Sahili's Directive, which is X, red, red, red. It's a sorcery with improvise.
Oh, like our artifacts can benefit from casting the spell? Just tap our artifacts down and get extra mana with the X. And then you reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of artifact cards with converted mana cost X or less from on them onto the battlefield. So you not only get to use your artifacts to cast the spell, but then anything that's X or less you get to put out. Pretty disgusting.
It's a great card. There's so many words I couldn't even read them all. So much text on that card. All right, and the next one we have is Crystal Skull, Isu Spyglass for 2 blue. It's a legendary artifact. You may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may play historic lands and cast historic spells from the top of your library. And it has tap, add a blue mana, so it ramps, and it lets you cast from the top of your library, which is a great ability.
Mycosynth Wellspring is up next. When it enters or is put into the graveyard, so that is relevant because you can sack it off of Iron Man. You get to search for a basic and put that into your hand and then shuffle. And then rounding this strategy out with the discounts is Prize Statue. When it enters or is put into the graveyard, you get a treasure token. So you get to replace it with ramp.
Yeah, so you sack it, you get something bigger, and you get treasure. That's great. So what if we need some extra juice, so we need some extra cards?
Yeah, what if I don't want to wait and risk these like top of the library things?
Yeah,
what if I just want to tutor for what I want?
Yeah, I don't want to draw. I want to search for what
Can
I
we
need.
tutor on a budget?
I think so. I mean, there's so many cards in Magic's past. So the first one we got is Reckless Handling. It is a sorcery for 1 and a red. It says search your library for an artifact card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Shuffle, then discard a card at random. If an artifact was discarded this way, Reckless Handling deals 2 damage for each opponent.
So fingers crossed you don't discard the artifact you just tutored for.
Yeah, but hopefully you discard an artifact. Right? Even if you do discard it, you still blast some people for some damage. And then we got Trinket Mage, which is 2 and a blue. It's a human wizard for 2 with a 2/2. And it says when Trinket Mage enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card with converted mana 1 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. What do you think you were tutoring for?
I don't know. Probably a Soul Ring.
Probably Soul Ring.
Probably the Arc Reactor Soul Ring.
Probably.
I'm gonna tutor for anything.
I mean, 2 mana is always good. And then we have Trophy Mage, another 2 and a blue for a 2/2. And it has whenever Trophy Mage enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost 3. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. What are we searching for 3 mana?
Maybe the command. No, Commander's Plate's 1. Maybe one of the discount guys.
Yeah, I think we're looking for Foundry Inspector for that 3 mana. And then the other card we got is Muddle the Mixture for 2 blue. It's an instant. It says counter target instant or sorcery spell, and it has transmute 1 blue.
So you can go tutor for something that's 3.
Which would be Foundry Inspector again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else that comes later.
And also this comes with Inventor's Fair, which can gain you 3 or more lives at the beginning of your upkeep. You gain 1 life if you have 3 more artifacts.
Yeah, but maybe, you're over this and you just want to sack it and go find an artifact without the mana cost limitation. That's what Inventor's Fair does.
Yep, that's really what people do with it. But, gaining life is always good.
Nice.
But, if someone's outpacing you on the board, sometimes you just need to get rid of that crap, right?
Yeah. So how do we do that on a budget?
You cast some spells. One of them would be Chain Reaction. 2 and a red. Sorcery. Chain Reaction deals X damage to each creature, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield, which is great against token decks, great against go-wide decks. It'll just kill anything. And usually if you have 4 or more commanders of a multiplayer game, usually you at least have like 6 creatures on the battlefield. So usually it'll wipe out at least everything on the battlefield.
But maybe you're a pacifist and you don't want to kill creatures, and that's what Curse of the Swine is for. So you can just turn them all into pigs.
Yep. X blue, exile X target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its creature creates a 2/2 green boar creature token. It's always good. But, sometimes you just don't have enough cards in your hand because this is a commander. You need more spells. So let's draw some cards. So the first 3 we have are sorceries. We have Faithless Looting, One with the Machine, and Thought Cast. Faithless Looting says for 1 red, you can draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. It also has flashback for 2 and a red. So you can cast it from your graveyard and then exile it.
But to benefit off of all artifacts, Thoughtcast and One with Machine both draw you cards based off of what's going on with the artifacts. So Thoughtcast lets you discount it, and then One with the Machine you get to draw equal to the highest mana cost. So kind of more relevant late game.
Yep, and then for some artifacts, we have Aether Spellbomb. It's a 1 mana artifact. And then for blue, you can sacrifice it and return target creature to its owner's hand. So it's kind of like a save Iron Man if you need to, or just pay 1 and sacrifice it and draw a card.
Yeah. Or sack it and go find a 2-drop. Yeah.
Yep. Great.
Like
great
Ichor Wellspring.
What does Ichor Wellspring do?
When that enters or is put into the graveyard, you can draw a card. So value twice.
So you play it, you draw a card, you sack it, you get a 3-drop, which is probably that Foundry Inspector again.
Yeah, we're gonna die on Foundry Inspector during this video.
Apparently, it's our only 3-mana artifact. That's a great card. If it's already in the graveyard, then you're kind of you're gonna whiff on some of these, but that's fine. It's fine. All right, and then for more card draw, we have some instants. The first one is Brainstorm, which is just a great card. Draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order, which actually is relevant because you can put the artifacts that you can't cast in your hand. You can put them on top of your library and trigger.
Oh yeah,
get them out of Iron Man's ability. You have Demand Answers, which says that it is additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice an artifact, or discard a card, and then you draw 2 cards. So if you do have a 2-mana card and Foundry Inspector is already in your graveyard, you can just draw 2 cards instead.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have Thirst for Knowledge for 2 and a blue. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact. So you can already discard an artifact, odds are. And so you can just draw 3 cards and discard one of those artifacts.
Yeah,
and
lots of artifact synergy here.
A lot of artifacts. And then for our card draw artifact creatures, we have Thought Monitor, which is a 6 and a blue, and he has affinity for artifacts, so he costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. He has flying, and whenever he enters, draw 2 cards. And then we have Solemn Simulacrum, which is the staple sad robot. When he enters, you get a land, which is good ramp for blue-red. And then he has when he dies, you draw a card. Yeah, so
Iron Man can kill him, and then you get a draw and you get a tutor for 5.
He kind of looks like Ultron too, so it's kind of theme fitting.
Yeah, it is.
And then our next theme we have is ETBs. So we have artifacts that do things when they enter the battlefield. The first card is Combustible Gear Hulk, which has first strike. It's a 6/6, and when it enters, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. If that player doesn't, you mill 3 cards. Then Combustible Gear Hulk deals damage to that player equal to the total mana value of those cards.
So target the player that doesn't like conflict or politics, because they'll probably just let you have the draw.
Or whoever's low on life. If you have someone low already, they're probably not going to want to take the damage, so you'll draw 3 cards.
Yeah, it's a good call.
And then we have Meteor Golem, which is just a great card to search for. Say you sack the Combustible Gear Hulk, you get Meteor Golem out, and you destroy a target non-land permanent an opponent controls.
Yep, and then Spine of Ishsaw, same effect, destroys a permanent when it enters, 7 mana equal to Meteor Golem. But when this dies, you get to put it back to your hand and keep casting it. So really good card for Iron Man sacking stuff. But what if I sack stuff and I get a benefit and then it just doesn't, what if I want the theme back that I sacked? So what do we do?
Sometimes you want extra validity out of things you've already sacked, so you want to recur them. So our next theme is Recursion.
Whoa. Who knew?
Oh, wow. That's great. All right. First card we have is Junk Diver. 3 mana, 1/1 artifact creature bird with flying. When Junk Diver dies, return another target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. So you just get to draw more cards.
Whoa, you're telling me if I kill Junk Diver off of Iron Man, then I get double value? I get a tutor and a return?
Yes.
Whoa.
Extra value.
Craziness.
And we have Mirror Retriever, which is a 2 mana who does basically the same thing.
For 1 less mana, though.
For 1 less mana.
You got to pay the extra mana to 3 to have flying, so Mirror Retriever doesn't have flying.
Yes. Flying is very beneficial for Junk Driver. And then we have Scrap Trawler, which is a 3 mana. He's a 3/2 artifact creature construct, and whenever Scrap Trawler or another artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return to your hand target artifact card in your graveyard with lesser mana value.
So Scrap Trawler don't care who dies.
Nope. Other people die, he still gives you crap back.
Same with Scrap Welder.
Yeah,
He's our next card.
Well, yeah, Scrap Trawler is just Recycle Man, but Scrap Welder is another Recycle Man, but he is a tap effect. So he's 2 and a red, 3/3 tap, sacrifice an artifact with mana value X, return target artifact card with mana value less than X from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn.
What if I don't want to use creatures for recursion though?
We have more ways to recur things. We have 4 more options.
Right now.
The first one is Trash for Treasure, 2 and a red sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact, return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Pretty sweet.
And next we have Doretti, Scrap Savant. It's a planeswalker for 3 and a red. He has uptick 2, discard 2 cards, then draw that many cards. -2, sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then he has a -10, but I don't think we're really worried about that. You get an emblem with whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step.
Dang, if you get there, that's broken in this deck.
If you get it there.
Yeah, but he's here for the recursion.
Wouldn't count on it.
Yeah.
And then we have Buried Ruin, which is a land. This is the only non-basic land in the deck, other than the one that comes in the secret lair. It is a land that taps for a colorless mana, and it has 2 and tap, sacrifice Buried Ruin, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. So it's just a great utility land for this kind of deck.
Maybe you don't want to pay mana though. Maybe you just want, like, when artifacts die, for them to come back randomly.
You know, that's a great. Can you do that on a budget?
I think so, with an enchantment potentially.
Oh man, there is an enchantment in this list. It's called Pia's Revolution. 2 and a red enchantment. Whenever a non-token artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to your hand unless target opponent has Pia's Revolution. Deal 3 damage to him or her. So similar effect. You just pick whoever has the lowest life.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like, yeah, you can take your combo piece and put it back in your hand again.
Yeah.
That is fine.
But let's talk about the value. When we're talking about artifact synergies, it's all about the value of sacking them or letting them enter or whatever the hell you're doing with artifacts. There are so many cards, especially in red blue, that just benefit from this.
Yeah, you don't want to just be on a train where you're just play an artifact, sack it, get a bigger artifact. You want other things to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have other things, then you're not doing the artifact thing right. So our next section, which is the last section, which is the biggest section, is all of our value engines. The first one is Crime Novelist. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Crime Novelist and add red. So it's 2 mana and a red for him. And so whenever you're paying those Iron Man trigger to sacrifice things, you get that mana and you get him bigger.
Who's gonna win with Crime Novelist getting like hella counters? No one? Okay. Moving on.
Probably not. I mean, he's really there for the man. I mean, he could get big. Next one we have in our value engines is Gleaming Gear Drake, a 2 mana. He is a blue and a red 1/1 flying Drake artifact creature. When he enters the battlefield, investigate, and whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Gleaming Gear Drake. So as long as you're sacrificing artifacts, you might as well get a big dude that can hit people. And he is flying, so he's unavoidable or unblockable, unless they also have flying or reach. All right, the next card we have is it Glowing?
Glowing.
Dwarf.
Gimli's dad.
Oh, is that Gimli's dad?
I think so. I think that's Glowing. Yeah.
Whenever you cast a historic spell, create a treasure token. This ability only triggers once each turn.
Broken.
And he has tap, sacrifice a treasure, goad target creature. I mean, that's just there for fun. The main thing is, you cast an artifacts, you get treasures. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Totally.
And the next value engine we have is Emery, Lurker of the Lock for 2 and a blue to 1/2 Merfolk Wizard. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control, so usually it's just 1 blue mana. And it enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards, and you can tap it and choose target artifact card in your graveyard, and you may cast that card this turn.
Yeah, good recursion there.
And for our next strategy, more value engines. I heard you like value engines, so I added more value engines.
I like value engines, yeah.
All right, so the first one we're going to start with is Metalwork Colossus. He's an 11 mana 10/10 construct where he costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control.
So he's like free in this deck.
He's basically free. You're going to make treasures, you're going to have so many artifacts, and you're just going to cast big things and get big things and sacrifice things to get more things. So
heck yeah.
He also has an ability where you can sacrifice 2 artifacts, like treasures, and return him from your graveyard to your hand, which is great. And we have, next one is Padim, Console of Innovation, 3 and a blue for a 1/4 Vedalken Artificer.
Say that 3 times fast.
Vedalken Artificer. Artifacts you control have Hexproof. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control the artifact with the highest mana value or tied for the highest mana value, draw a card.
Boom.
So basically draw a card, because who else is playing artifacts, right?
Yeah, nobody plays artifacts.
No one. I've never seen a single player play artifacts. And we have Saheeli, the Sun's Brilliance, for a blue and a red, 2/2 human artificer, and they have an ability of blue-red tap, create a token that's a copy of another target creature or artifact you control. Except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. It gains haste, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step.
Which just gets bananas with how many artifacts are in this deck. And we would need 2 hours to go into every single benefit that this brings. So
yeah, it has a lot of combo potential.
Copying artifacts, gross.
A lot of combos there. And the next one we have is Sai, Master Thopterist, for 2 and a blue and a 1/4 human artificer. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. And you can pay 1 and a blue and sacrifice 2 artifacts and draw a card. But because you're casting so many artifacts, you're going to get so many Thopters that you can sacrifice for other abilities.
Go find those 1 mana drops, yeah.
Yep. Great combo. Like Commander's Plate that comes in the Secret Lair. It has equipped creature, gets +3/+3, and has protection from each color that's not in your commander's color identity.
Nice.
And you can equip for 3 to your commander. We also have Encroaching Mycosynth, which is a 3 blue artifact. It says non-land permanents you control are artifacts in addition to their other types. The same is true for permanent spells you control and non-land permanent cards that you own that aren't on the battlefield.
Whoa, so everything's an artifact.
Whoa, what does that
4
mean?
Mana.
Does that mean you just combo everything?
I don't know. Combos. That's
really good. And then we have Esoteric Duplicator for 2 and a blue, an artifact clue. Whenever you sacrifice Esoteric Duplicator or another artifact, you may pay 2. If you do, at the beginning of the next end step, create a token that's a copy of that artifact.
Boom!
Wow,
you're gonna sack my stuff, Tony Stark? No, you're not. I'm making a copy.
Well, you're gonna sack it anyways, and you're gonna just replace it.
But then you make a copy.
You duplicate it.
Yeah. So Iron Man doesn't get his spoils. Yeah.
It's like a printer.
Exactly.
And it can pay 2 mana to sacrifice and draw a card, but who cares? You just
which very similarly, Mirrorworks does the same ability.
Yep.
When it enters, pay 2, create a token. Boom. Do you like making copies? We'll make a copy with the Sculpting Steel. That's the Groot. Groot wants to make a copy.
This is also the Secret
Make
Lair.
another copy of any artifact, not just ones you have.
Oh yeah, you can copy other people's stuff.
Yeah. Does the value stop? No, it doesn't.
It's giving me more value.
Okay, how much more value can we get?
If you're playing artifacts, you need even more value.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so let's go with some more value. Value engine number, I've lost count now. Mystic Forge. It's a 4 mana artifact. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast artifact spells and colorless spells from the top of your library, and you can tap 1 and pay 1 life and exile the top of your library. So if your top of your library is not a playable card, just pay a life. You got 40. You don't need 40 life.
Yeah.
Just lose 1, exile the top, and then you can play the next
Just
card.
in case it happens to be one of the non-artifact cards out of the 50 billion artifacts we've talked about.
Yep, exactly. And so the next option is Bottle Cap Blast, which is a 4 and a red for an instant.
But it's really not.
It's not really, because it has improvise. Yeah, because your artifact spells help you cast this.
Ugh. And then it deals 5 damage to any target, and then excess damage is dealt to a permanent. This way you get that many treasures. Disgusting.
Yeah, so if someone has a Llanowar Elves, you just blast it and you get 4 treasures.
Take that, Llanowar Elves.
Yeah. And then our next card is Desynchronization.
In case you want to kill the Llanowar Elves again, you can return it to their hand, and I think you recast it.
yeah, it's two blue instant. Return each non-land permanent that's not historic to its owner's hand. So just a great board wipe, and it's only 4 mana.
But maybe you're like, F you, Llanowar Elves. I'm going to cast Galvanic Blast for a red, and because I have so many artifacts, you're taking 4 damage. Take it to the face, Llanowar Elves.
Yeah.
Or any other card besides Llanowar Elves.
Yeah, any. It's an easy removal card.
Target.
It is included in the secret lair, and it's great. You might as well use it. And then we have 4 more value cards. First one being Efficient Construction, 3 mana and a blue enchantment. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Opter artifact creature token with flying.
Are there artifacts in this deck?
There are artifacts, so we'll get a lot of those. And then the next one is just building on that. Mechanized Production for 2 blue. Enchantment Aura, so enchant artifact you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of an enchanted artifact. Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name as one another, you win the game. So maybe you have a bunch of treasures from Galvanic blasting people and Tony Stark making treasures. You make an artifact, you enchant an artifact, and you win at your upkeep.
Boom.
And if we need more artifacts, we can also cast Mirror Maid, which is 1 and a blue enchantment. You may have Mirror Maid enter as a copy of any artifact or enchantment on the battlefield, which is just good value, and it helps with some of our other cards like Hellkite Tyrant.
Yeah, you know who likes artifacts? Freaking Hellkite Tyrant.
Dude, he loves artifacts.
He likes 20 or more artifacts, I heard.
Yeah, and he loves
them.
Only
at upkeep, though.
Well, no, he loves them all the time.
Oh, he does.
Because, at least when he enters, he also loves them.
He's hugging that tower like he loves them.
4 and a red creature, dragon, 6/5, flying, trample. Whenever Hellkite Tyrant, someone here who deals combat damage to a player, gain control of all artifacts that player controls. If you're playing Iron Man, you should be the owner of all of the artifacts. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, you win the game. So just a great alternate win con. It's a fun card. He steals artifacts from other players, which is just, man.
To then sack them for Iron Man.
Or just win with them.
Yeah, right? Or win, yeah.
If he hits somebody with
maybe
Hellkite
don't sack them if you're at 20.
Steal all their artifacts.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just nothing better.
So good.
What
a great deck tech.
That's a great deck. This would be really fun to play against. Yeah. Or actually, no. This would be more fun to play as, not play against. I would not like to play against this deck.
Some solid synergies in red blue. It's like almost like red blue cares about artifacts.
Crazy concept. Yeah, that's very unique.
Yeah,
very unique to Iron Man. Well, I hope you enjoyed this deck tech. If you did, like and subscribe and follow, and subscribe to Synergy Sanctum as well. He's the one that came up with this deck. And I hope you have a great time, and I will see you in the next one.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.